What's up, guys? Donovan here with the Martial Arts Business Made Easy team, and I'm coming to you with this week's course for the Black Belt Business Bootcamp. All right, we're going to be going over proper lead follow-up, trial follow-up, and then database follow-up. So very, very important here. Probably one of the most overlooked portions of your business. And even to be honest, it's something that my team and I drop the ball on from time to time just because we get so many leads, which can be a good thing. However, we need to have a better follow up system. So we just noticed our numbers, in the past 4 months with KickFit have skyrocketed purely for the fact of being able to follow up more. And I'm going to get into that with you guys here. One thing that, the game has changed a little bit. Something that works really well for the martial arts side has not worked as well for the kickfit side and vice versa. So I'm going to tell you guys, what's working for us, and we'll go through everything together. All right, so let's get started here. Basic lead information. All right, guys, a lead is a prospective customer or consumer of a product or service created when the individual shows interest and provides their contact information. So whether it be their phone number or their email, if they give you some type of contact information, they are now a lead. All right. Businesses acquire leads through marketing efforts like landing pages, websites, online marketing, event marketing, referrals. So any way you do it, we want to get more and more names and emails and phone numbers in our database. All right, the quality of the lead depends on whether the individual is incentivized to give contact information or if the sales lead was aware of what he or she was signing up for. So, you have cold, warm, hot, different types of leads here. If someone walks in your door and is asking for information, I would consider that, if not a hot lead, definitely a warm lead. So, someone that took their time to come into your business when they didn't have to is a hot lead. You should be signing up, I would say 95% of people that come through your door. If they're willing to walk in, they're willing to sign up. All right, same thing when it comes to phone calls. If someone takes the time to Google your business or however they find your phone number and give you a call, that is a warm lead. That is someone that is willing to make a purchase. So if your phone's ringing or if someone's walking through the door and those people want information, you should be signing them up on a trial. Like, absolutely. A cold lead would be someone, maybe a friend of a friend, or a referral on Facebook or something like that. Even at events, having a booth set up at an event, that can be a cold up to a warm lead, depending on what type of interest the person shows. But typically, we describe leads as cold, which means there's not a ton of interest, but we can hopefully turn them into a warmer lead. We have a warm lead that shows interest, but maybe not ready to sign yet. And then we have hot leads. Hot leads are people that we want. Those are people that are signing up immediately. All right, so let's talk about common reasons someone doesn't sign up for your program. The most common one is I'm just looking for information, and they're checking out their options. This is true. We've all been there before, whether you're looking for a new TV or camera or something, you're just gathering information. You're in the information gathering stage. That is totally fine. That's why we want to have a great impression with them, a great intro process so we can get them signed up. All right, maybe they're just too busy and weren't prepared to purchase. An example of this is someone that's stuck in traffic, or they're riding in passenger in the car and they see your ad on Facebook, so they click on it and give you their email address for more information. They're busy at that point. They're not ready to make that purchase. They don't have their card on them, or whatever it happens to be. You get a hold of them and they're at the grocery store. So they're busy. They're not able to make that purchase. Sometimes they're just unsure of your services. So maybe they're interested in kids martial arts, but they're looking for someone that has an after-school program, or they're just they are unsure exactly of what your quality of service will be like compared to other competitors. And then a big one, your site, your marketing, or your location just kind of looks like crap. All right, so someone could go to your website, be interested in kids martial arts, go to your website, and it sucks, and they're probably not going to sign up. All right, same thing for marketing. If a person goes, to your booth at an event and your booth looks like crap, or you have crappy flyers out, there's a really good opportunity for them to say no to you. Or if they, like you said, they come into your facility, maybe they give you a call, you schedule an appointment, they finally come in and your school looks like crap. It smells like a foot, stuff's stacked in the corner, stuff's on the floor, it's messy. That person is not going to sign up. Okay. So that's why it's very important. Week 4, we talked about that client experience when they walk in the door, right? So those, the sensory package, very, very important. People want to sign up in clean and professional establishments. All right, the number one thing you need to know when it comes to following up is the fortune is in the follow up. I will tell you this, at Taekwondo, we get a ton of leads. We sign up this past weekend. We signed up 5 trials on Saturday. 5 trials on Saturday between people walking in the door at the school and then people signing up online. So we had a great weekend. On the other hand, we probably got 5 to 10 more trial or leads that we just don't really follow up with personally. And what I mean by that is we have an auto drip system, an auto drip email that sends them, valuable content and just reminds them of our trials. And every week or two, we'll just shoot them a link that says, "Hey, get signed up. Let's go ahead and reserve your spot for the 4-week trial." So we are following up with them, but we're not calling them as much. One thing we have seen with KickFit is not as successful. So the email campaigns are good. However, we've seen our best follow-up method is actually just giving them a call. And honestly, that may be, the differences that I can equate to is possibly, a parent signs their kid up for a 4-week trial for kids martial arts. The kid's probably excited and ready to do this, or the parent is looking for discipline or focus or something. So to them, this is the solution. So they want it immediately. So, or, if you sign your kid up for something and don't take them, maybe you feel like a bad parent. So we've seen people that purchase the trial will immediately follow up with us. They come to the school, they give us a phone call, they shoot us an email, they're ready to get started. And like I said, maybe it's because it deals with their child. On the other hand, when it comes to adults, so when we sell the 3-class trials for KickFit, we've noticed that people will sell them and then won't come in, which is pretty shocking. I get it as 3 classes for only $19. It's a pretty low price point, but I would still assume for people paying any type of money that they're ready to try the program. To be honest, I think looking at our numbers today, we have about 45 people that have purchased our 3-class trial that have never stepped foot in the door. All right. And that's still to this day. Last month, it was up to like 65. But how did we get those 20 people to come in? We gave them a call. So one thing that we've been able to do really well is the follow-up with a phone script or follow up with a text script. And what I mean by that is a text video or a text message. Adults tend to do a lot better when our follow-up is via text message. And we'll get into that here soon. All right, guys, so let's just look at the numbers of following up. So if you guys don't know who Grant Cardone is, check him out. Grant Cardone is a master salesman. Some people might think he's a little annoying, but he knows his sales. The man can sell his butt off. He became a car salesman and then became a 100 millionaire through real estate. So let's look at the numbers here. Sales statistics, 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. So that's about half. 1 in 2 businesses never follow up with a prospect. So think about which one you are. All right, 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. So they follow up with the person twice and then they stop following up with them again. Maybe they feel like they're not going to sign up, so they leave it alone. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and then stop. All right, so only 12% of people, 12%. All right, so that means 88% of people, 88% of businesses don't contact a lead more than 3 times. And here we go, 10% of people make more than 3 contacts. And honestly, I think these are completely accurate numbers just because I've seen it in our own businesses. But then let's look at the actual numbers. All right, 2% of sales are made on the first contact. That is very low. Again, that's a very hot lead. Those are hard to find. All right, 3% of sales are made on the second contact. 5% of sales are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. And then 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. But let's take a look at the top here. Only 10% of people make more than 3 contacts. Okay? That means, you look back at the bottom here, 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th, and then 10% are made on the 4th and above. So that means those people, only 10% are following up where 90% of the sales are made. 90%, guys, that's a ton. And I can tell you firsthand, it does happen because we've noticed that most people tend to sign up. So if they give us a lead, meaning if they give us their contact information, they become a lead. We have seen a lot of them will sign up on that 6th contact. That's a big one for us. But 6 contacts via email and phone and text. The 6th contact is usually the one that gets them to convert into a member. So what does that tell us? We need to be consistent and persistent when it comes to finding those leads. All right, guys, so let's look at this. Most businesses don't follow up, all right? They're either too busy or too lazy or just simply don't care. They might be telling themselves they're too busy, but reality is they're probably too lazy or just don't care to follow up. All right, someone took the time to give you their contact. Remember, they took the first step in the situation. It's up to you to make the next move. All right, it's just like dating. If someone gave you their number, you got to give them a call. Right? If you go to a bar and you meet a girl at the bar and you think she's super cute, you take the time to talk her up, you get her phone number, and then you don't call her. Right? It doesn't make sense, right? Or you give her one call and she says, "Hey, I'm busy this weekend. I can't go out." Do you ever call her again? I hope you do. If you like the girl, I would hope you give her a call again, right? You give her a couple calls till you make that date. It's the same thing when it comes to a lead. Remember, when you ask a girl at a bar for her phone number, she gives it to you. Hopefully, it's the real one. She gave you her phone number when she could have said no. Right? Famous line from Hitch, the movie, right? She gave you her phone number. She could have said no. She didn't have to give it to you. But because she did, she's allowing you, she's opening the door for you to take an extra step. All right? So same thing when it comes to that lead. They gave you their phone number. They gave you their email. They gave you some form of contact information. They're giving you the ability, they're giving you permission to take that next step. All right? So we want to be able to take that step and follow up. Again, touching here on the dating, okay? Not only do you have to know how to follow up to get that date, you got to know what to say, and you got to know how to say it. So you give them a call, you get the phone number, you give them a call, but if you sound like an idiot, you're probably not going to get that date. We got to know what to say, we need to know how to say it. All right, above all things, again, magic number here, right? Magic quote. They gave you their number when they could have said no. All right, so it's up to you to make that call. The lead gave you a contact looking for information. They want information. Just remember that. They want you to blow their mind, though. Okay, so that's one thing we have to remember is we don't just want to call, touch base, and let the conversation go. We want to be very professional. We want to make sure that we are keeping a very high standard of exactly the process, what we're saying, how we're saying it, the tone in our voice. We want to be very, very aware of how we're coming across. We want to blow their mind with the deal. We also we want to beat their expectations. That's why the trial works so well. Once we get them on the phone, 4 weeks for $49 and a free uniform. You can get an entire month of classes for $49 and a free uniform. And then at KickFit, we do 3 classes with a free pair of gloves for $19.99. Those deals are great, right? So it's our goal to first get that contact information, follow up with them, and then blow their mind. Hey, try this trial. It's amazing. All right, guys, so let's talk to keys to a successful follow-up here. First of all, it has to be quick, okay? The follow-up needs to happen within 24 hours of getting that lead. So if you have a lead-generating website, and the meaning that people can put their lead or their contact information, I hope everyone in this group has it. If you don't, you absolutely have to do that. You also need a website that allows people to sign up online. Again, guys, remember, we signed 5 people up over the weekend. We weren't even there, okay? So even though we did have people sign up in store, we were able to sign up, a few people without making a phone call, without realistically doing anything. You want your website to be able to do that. But if everyone, hopefully we all have at least a website that allows us to get emails, we need to follow up with that person. The faster, the better. I love when I enter my email address in for a question or want more information, and the person calls me within like 3 to 4 minutes. I'm always like, hell yeah, this business is on top of it. These are people that I like to work with. I don't have time to waste with companies that don't respond to me. I love when people respond to me very quickly. And your consumers are no different. So the faster you can follow up with them, the better. All right. The follow-up needs to be easy to understand and informative. So they need to know what's happening, what to expect. All right. Make sure the lead knows what to expect and when to expect it. All right, so different lead follow-up channels. We can email them. You should have an auto drip email. I know a lot of us in this group might not have that yet, but we'll get into that. It is very important. We shoot our leads, emails 3 to 4 times a week. They're getting emails. So what happens is in the beginning, that first week when they're a warm or a hot lead, we contact them a lot. And then slowly less and less and less. But they will be in our auto drip campaign forever unless they opt out, which people opt out. And I used to take it personal, like, oh my God, why is this person out of my channel? It's totally fine, right? They just, they got their emails. They're not interested in your program. It's fine. They'll opt out. But unless they opt out, they just stay in your email drip campaign. All right, phone call. The phone call should be from the person that's going to touch base with them on a regular basis when it comes to classes. So like for us, Luke is our head instructor. He runs amazing classes. That's his job, to run amazing classes, make sure the school is running well, and to help train staff. Rachel, on the other hand, her primary position is making sure that the business is running when it comes to our members, right? So answering questions, running events, and all the planning. So Rachel is the one that will do the phone calls, or anyone that basically is going to be a point of contact, someone behind the front desk. I wouldn't have Luke make the phone calls because that's not his thing. We want Rachel to be able to say, hey, look, here's what's going to happen. You're going to come into class, you're going to fill out a waiver, come a few minutes early, we're going to get you fitted for your uniform, and then you're going to meet Master Manquin, who's going to teach your class. We want to be able to inform them exactly what's going to happen. So typically, when the phone calls, everyone on your team should be able to answer the phone, but when you have this person doing lead follow-ups, it should be only one or two people on your team that, that's part of their job, that's part of their position, because we want them to get really good at it. All right, guys, when it comes to text messages, you can either do it from your client relations management system. So like you can send text messages from Zen Planner or Rainmaker. I'm not sure about Perfect Mind and other, tools out there, but if not, you can absolutely get some apps, and there's ones that we use. I'm actually not sure what they're called because Rachel does all of them. My staff takes care of all of that for us, but I can get that information for you guys. But you definitely want to start shooting text messages to your members. And then the other situation, use your office manager. So, if it's a small mom and pop shop, you can use your cell phone. The only bad thing about that, the drawback, is they obviously have your cell phone contact, and we don't want them freely texting you at any time. On the other hand, you can use a text service, that you shoot out emails, but they can't respond to it. So you're just using it as an information tool, but maybe they're not responding. Or you can set them up through Google. So you can get a Google phone, a phone number, I believe is free, and then you can set up text messaging through Google, and you can do that to follow up with people. All right, guys, so we're going to go over first for leads that purchase your trial, someone that bought that trial on your website, or someone that bought your trial by, at an event, or they bought it in your school. All right, so email. They should get an email that's easy to follow, quick to the point. It does not have to be super long, all right, guys? It needs to be a short email. It needs to have your address and directions to your school, right? Major things that you're next to. If you're next to a Planet Fitness or a Harris Teeter or a Bilo, let them know that, hey, look for this big thing, and we're right next to it, right? People typically respond to landmarks. It should have your contact name, your information, right? So your obviously has your email address, but your phone number, a way to contact you, and who to contact. Hey, so give us a call at Charleston Taekwondo. Just ask for Rachel, and her number is blank. All right. It needs to include their available class times. So we don't want to say, hey, show up on Tuesday and Thursdays or whatever. We allow people to know, hey, when you're doing the 4-week trial, you get 2 classes a week for 4 weeks. Here are your class options. So if they're a little tiger, here's their class options. If they're, between 6 and 12, here's your class options. If you're a teenager, here's your class options, and so forth. We only want it to be their information. All right. We should let them know what to bring. Hey, bring a bottle of water if you need it. We allow people, they get the uniform with their trial. So for us, a lot of people say, hey, do I bring water? What do I wear? We just let people know, hey, you're going to take the class. It's going to be barefoot. We're going to provide your uniform before class starts. We do have a water fountain here, but some of our members like to bring a water bottle, so they have their own. So feel free to do that. And then we let them know what to expect. Hey, so what's going to happen is you're going to come in, please arrive 10 minutes early. We're going to have you fill out a waiver, just a couple questions, just to make sure you can take class. From there, we're going to have you get fitted for your uniform to make sure everything fits perfect and you feel comfortable. And after that, you're going to meet Master Manquin and the other instructors, and you're going to jump into class, and we're going to do a quick warm-up. We'll explain all the movements for today, and then we're going to have a lot of fun kicking and punching. We just let them know, explain exactly what to expect. And then, if any additional information for your school specifically, let them know. But all of this should be in that email. It should be, it can even be a type of a bullet point here, but it should be short, concise, to the point. All right, the phone call. Again, the phone call needs to be the person that's going to be the point of contact at the school. So whoever is that person, they typically will that will answer their questions. We want that person calling them. All right, if you actually get this person on the phone, if they don't, just leave a message. Let them know, hey, giving you a call from Charleston Taekwondo. Here's some information I think you'd like to know about your upcoming trial. But if you get them on the phone, use a script that ensures you hit all major points that need to be addressed. Okay, I don't personally like scripts, so I don't want my staff reading like word for word off a script, but we do use a script to allow them to, answer phone calls and what to hit. So basically, again, just talking over those major points we just talked about in that email. All right, so we want to be very personable and polite with the person. Obviously, we want to be very friendly to them. If they don't answer, again, leave them a short voicemail. Let them know you'll be texting them some information on how to get started with their trial membership. So we just want, again, clear, concise, no excuses. They should be getting started. All right, text messages. Again, for our Taekwondo school, we've started using it. And then when it comes to our adults at KickFit, we've had a lot of great success when it comes to texting members and texting trials. Again, text should be very easy to read in bullet points. No like long, drawn out messages. It's much more challenging to do in text because the screen is only so wide. So again, be very concise, very to the point. Copy everything so that you can consistently just copy and paste, and use it over and over and over. So you're not having to rewrite out every text. Again, basically the same information as that email. All right, so ongoing follow-up. So this is for someone that does not purchase the trial. So maybe they give you their email address or they get your phone number, you get their phone number, but they don't actually purchase the trial. They're just interested in finding out information. Again, we want to give them emails. So I have an automatic email drip campaign that goes out for me. If you don't have one, you can just take a time, have someone on your staff write 2 to 3 emails a week, and we want to constantly drip them out information. All right, what kind of things can you talk about in these emails? Success stories. Give them examples of a kid that used to be bullied that's now not bullied because of your program. A person that lost weight. A kid that's more focused. A kid that has more confidence. Any type of testimonial or success story. From there, also nutrition tips, just a healthy tip. Hey, here's something that we do over the summer with kids, and it's a great snack, and it's healthy, and they love it. Boom. All right, holiday tips. Here's a great way to make sure kids stay safe, during Halloween. Or, here's 5 tips to beat the holiday, putting on the holiday pounds during Christmas. Just give them holiday tips, nutrition tips. Any type of just quote or feel-good stories. Hey guys, here's a story that I had to overcome something and it's really great. We do videos like this and post them, and our families love them because they get to see more personal side of their instructors. But even a quote that just pumps you up, all right? Something that, that's valuable to them. A big thing you can give them is any just special discounts you're running. So remember, hey, you haven't signed up on a trial yet. Our trial is normally $49.99 for 4 weeks. We're actually running a sale. It's 25% off. You're going to get it for $39.99. You still get 4 weeks and that free uniform. So anytime you're running any type of special discount, Black Friday, Christmas sales, any type of special sale, let them know about it. Definitely let them know. And then events, camps, parents' night out, seminars. We have plenty of kids that come to our program that are not our students, but they come to every event. They come to our camps. They do parents' night outs. They'll even do some of our lightsaber seminars and stuff. And they're not students, and that's fine. But we're still making money off of them, and we're still providing a great service that they can tell someone about. But just because they don't want to do martial arts does not mean their friends don't want to do martial arts or that they're not ready to. All right, guys. So phone calls and text, right? Just touch base with them. Give them a call once a week. Give them a call every other week. Just wanted to say hello and remind you that we have this special event coming up, or just want to remind you that, we have this 4-week trial. I think you'd really enjoy it. With the school starting back, a lot of parents want to put their kids in a set schedule, a healthy activity. We'd love to have you give us a try. Just give them a call once a week, once every other week. We just want to touch base with them. We just want to follow up with them. So remember, most sales happen. Remember, 80% of sales were happening between the 5th and the 12th contact. So if you're contacting them 1 email a week, 2 emails a week, maybe say 1 phone call a week, that's 3 a week, right? So potentially we're not going to sign them up for a month. So it might take time. Just be patient. Just keep following up. All right, so ongoing following up for leads that did not convert. So what I mean by that is someone that did your trial, they did the 4 weeks, but they decided not to join as a full member in your program. Boom. Guess what? Same stuff. All right, you can actually send them the exact same emails. Send it to your entire email list. Value-driven emails every week, 2 to 3 times a week. Success stories, testimonials, tips, quotes, discounts, special events. All right, again, same thing, once a month. Right, we don't want to follow up as much because they've obviously tried our program. So we don't want to follow up too many times to become annoying with them. However, once a month, give them a call. Hey, just want to say hello. How's little Johnny doing? I know he took a break for soccer. How's soccer coming? Right, just touch base. Let them know, hey, I'm here for you. All right, alumni. So anyone that was a member at some point and then has dropped off. We want to follow up with them as well. All right, so we follow up with our alumni several times throughout the year. Big ones are like Black Friday, New Year's specials, birthdays. If they have a birthday, we shoot everyone on our alumni list a happy birthday, just to let them know we're thinking about them. Anytime we have a camp, a day camp, a summer camp, spring break camp, parents' night outs, we follow up with them. So Black Friday, New Year's, or any special, trial packages we're doing, we let them know about those. But definitely shoot them a happy birthday. They're still part of the family. Keep them in your group. I've had questions like, hey, someone's not a member anymore. Should I take them out of my group? I don't believe so at all. I think they should stay in the group purely because they're part of your family, right? And just because they're not a part of the school right now doesn't mean that they're not want to know what's going on and want to, potentially share your program with someone else. If they get cut from that group, now they're thinking, boom, they're cut from your family, and it just doesn't feel good. I think it's a negative image, it's a negative feeling, and we don't want anyone to have that. All right, so just because they're no longer a member doesn't mean they won't come back either. All right, we reach out to them, give them a low barrier offer to jump back in. Let them come back. All right, so remember something too when it comes to alumni, using an analogy here, it's like seeing your ex out and about, and you were the one to break up with them. So you cut it off with your ex, it was awkward, maybe there's something bad or whatever, I don't know, for whatever reason, you just cut things off. When you see them, you run into them in the grocery store, it's awkward, right? Hey, how's it going, buddy? Or girl, or whatever the case happens to be. We got guys and girls in this group. But you get my point. It can be awkward. So we don't want to make it awkward for them. If you run into an alumni at the local Mexican restaurant, just be cool with them. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Don't even ask them to come back and train. Hey, when are you going to come back? Now it's awkward. You just made it awkward. Just talk to them like they're a human being. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? How's life? How's school? How's soccer? How's football? You still dating so-and-so? Like, just kind of get to know them. Don't make it awkward. Make it easy for them to want to come back to your program. All right, so let's just talk about some different offers that we use to get our alumni to come back. They obviously don't need a full trial. They already know about your program. We don't do the 4-week trials for them, but we do want to provide a quick and easy way for them to get started. And I can tell you firsthand that we do sign people up from this every year. So, example, we might give them 3 classes plus that free uniform for $19. So just like we do for KickFit, we do the free gloves, but for a Taekwondo student, 3 classes, free gloves, or a free uniform. Let's get you back in here. It's only $19, man. Come on, let's give it a shot. All right, or we'll do like 2 classes, 1 private lesson, a free uniform, $29. We charge a little bit more for this one just purely because it includes a private lesson with an instructor. But some people just want a little more one-on-one time before they jump back in that class. Or sometimes we'll just give them, hey, what's up, man? The third option, if we give them the 3 classes and they don't take it, next month we try the 2 classes with a private lesson, they don't bite on it. Maybe 2 months later or a month later, we'll give them, hey, come in for a free week, all right? You buy the uniform. Uniforms are only going to be, whatever you could charge for uniforms. Come in for a week for free. And another thing we do is we will apply that towards their membership. So if they do the 3 classes plus free uniform for $19, they take 3 classes and go, you know what? I love it. I miss this, man. I want to join again. Yeah, no problem. We're going to credit that $19 towards your first month. So again, they're getting hooked up. We just want to make them feel like there's no barrier to entry. There's no reason they should not be jumping on this program. All right. We offer the uniform. You notice with all of these, we offer the uniform assuming that a student has either grown out of their uniform or lost the previous one. And again, we offer that private lesson as a way to kind of catch up, knock the dust off, and let's get back in here. But typically, the students will either have grown, so they need a new uniform, or they lost the last one, or their brother made it pajamas. All right. So long-term follow-up. All right, guys, create a follow-up system that is forever. All right, so like I said, I have a company that does our automatic email drips for us. We take care of that. However, it's very simple for KickFit. We did our own. We wrote our own, write out 2 to 3 emails a week, have someone on your team write 2 to 3 emails that are tips, nutrition tips, whatever it happens to be. If you have a couple people on your team, you can each write 1 per week. Once you get 50, 60 emails written up, just cycle them through, man. Just put them back on autoplay. And again, these people are going to be part of your funnel until they opt out. So they're part of the funnel forever until they decide to unsubscribe to those emails. And again, guys, just a pure testimonial here. I have a kid, David, that's in our program now. He just got his green belt, which means for us, he's been training about a year. He was in our drip campaign for 3 years. before he actually did a trial membership. We'd see him at events. I'd see him out at community events. He would do our parents' night outs. He's done multiple summer camps, never signed up, never wanted to do it. And then all of a sudden, you know what? I'm ready to do Taekwondo. And now he's been here for a year. Parents sing praises about our program. But if I hadn't followed up with him, they would not have known about our special events like camps and trials, which means they would not have eventually signed up on our program. All right, guys, again, the fortune is in the follow-up. All right, guys, let's talk about some homework here, okay? So things we're going to go over here. I'm going to show you our lead follow-up schedule, basically, how we follow up with leads, emails, phone calls, things like that, what timeline we use. Download the example of each type of email and use as a template. So a couple different emails for you to take a look at. Download the trial tracker log. This is something we physically write out at my locations. I know some schools like to do everything via their CRM. That's totally fine. I personally just write it out just because I like to take notes. But you're going to get a copy of mine, so you can use it as an example. Download our phone follow-up script. Download the text follow-up script, so what we shoot them in a text message. Also download the video text example. So what this is just making a quick video with our iPhone and shooting it over to the lead, or shooting it over to the alumni student. And then the last one here, download the trial checkout page video example. So what this is if someone purchases the trial on our website, instead of just saying, congratulations, you purchased the trial, we added one more page. So once they're done completing the trial, one more page pops up. It's just a video of one of our instructors that says, hey, thanks for checking out Charleston Taekwondo and purchasing the 4-week trial. Here's what you can expect to happen within the next 24 hours. So we just let them know that we're going to reach out to them, we're going to follow up with them, your uniform's included, and here's how we're going to get set up. Remember, the more explanation, the more information you can give them is going to be better. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, the fortune's in the follow-up. Please follow up with your people. Please follow up with your leads. I am looking back even at my own numbers, and as well as we've been doing over the years, this is something that my team has definitely dropped the ball on because we were just doing so much volume anyway. But you can bet your bottom dollar we actually just hired a full-time person, and their job is to make phone calls, video text, emails, and follow up. And that's her job. We hired a full-time person just to come on and follow up with all of these leads because I truly believe that we're going to make enough money to pay for their salary. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, obviously you know how to get a hold of us. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.